Are you over 60 and wondering about senior fitness safety? Your body has changed more than you might realize. The cartilage cushioning your joints has naturally worn down over the decades. Your joints have become stiffer, and recovery from injuries takes significantly longer compared to your younger years. Here's what many people don't know about exercises for seniors. Some of the most popular gym activities everyone assumes are safe can actually harm your joints from the inside out. These common movements that people think are perfect for senior workout safety are quietly wearing away your remaining cartilage protection. Each repetition could bring you closer to chronic pain, reduced mobility, and potentially serious medical conversations. The concerning part: damage happens gradually. You might notice slight stiffness after exercising or mild discomfort when standing from a chair. Most people dismiss these warning signs as normal aging, but discomfort is your body's way of signaling something needs attention. Today, I'll share 6 dangerous exercises seniors should avoid that medical professionals strongly advise against. You'll also learn how to protect your mobility for years ahead, maintain independence without discomfort, and keep moving safely. Scientific research backs every recommendation I'm sharing. Exercise number 1. Leg press machine. I know you want to stay strong while protecting your knees, but here's where many people make a critical mistake. They assume the leg press machine is ideal because it appears controlled and supported. Let me explain why the leg press machine tops the list of risky exercises for seniors, despite looking like the safest option in the gym. The leg press seems perfect. You're seated with back support against padding, simply pushing weight with your feet while the machine guides movement. What could go wrong? Actually, quite a bit. This machine creates what biomechanics experts call a spinal injury trap that has sent thousands of older adults to emergency rooms. Here's the science. When you bend your legs toward your chest, the machine forces your lower back to flatten against the bench. Research published in spine biomechanics journals shows this destroys the natural spinal curve that protects your discs. Then, when pushing weight up, your spine must shift back to its natural arch while supporting heavy load. This repeated motion under pressure literally grinds spinal discs. Case studies document older adults developing severe sciatica, requiring medical intervention after leg press training. Biomechanics research demonstrates excessive compressive forces on lumbar discs during this exercise. George, a 67-year-old, thought he was following proper protocol when his physical therapist recommended leg press after hip replacement. Initially uncomfortable but determined, he continued. By his second session, shooting pains traveled down both legs. Within weeks, his sciatica became so severe he needed multiple epidural injections just to walk. Months later, he still dealt with chronic pain. Age-related changes make spinal discs more fragile. They cannot handle repeated compression and decompression the leg press creates. Once disc damage occurs, it rarely heals completely. Safe alternatives. Try chair squats. Simply sit back onto a chair and stand without using your hands. Use resistance bands for leg strengthening that keep your spine in natural position. Focus on movements respecting your body's curves rather than forcing dangerous positions. Benefits appear immediately. No shooting back pain, stronger leg muscles without spinal injury risk, and easier daily movements like getting up from chairs or climbing stairs. Exercise number 2, traditional crunches. You've learned about leg press alternatives, but avoiding one risky exercise isn't enough when another spine destroyer hides in plain sight. This next movement is even more common, with millions doing it daily thinking they're building core strength. Traditional crunches create identical spine problems as the leg press machine. Every time you lift your head and shoulders off the floor, you force your lower back to flatten against the ground. Dr. Stuart McGill's 30 years of spine research show that this destroys the natural curve protecting spinal discs. Then you lower down and your spine shifts back to its natural arch. You're literally grinding discs with every repetition. Crunches add another danger layer. They repeatedly bend your lower back under strain while fighting gravity. Military medicine studies of 1,500 soldiers found 56% of fitness test injuries resulted from crunches, establishing high injury potential even in young, fit populations. Most people pull neck muscles to help lift their upper body, creating a double attack, crushing the lower back while straining neck vertebrae. Scientific evidence shows aging discs become increasingly fragile. Repeated compression and decompression from crunches accelerates disc degeneration. What starts as minor stiffness evolves into chronic pain. Long-term consequences worsen over time. Chronic back pain, making simple activities miserable, neck pulling, creating tension headaches lasting days, and some people developing herniated discs requiring surgery. Basic movements like getting out of bed or bending to pick up objects become painful reminders of accumulated damage. Safe alternatives. Replace with modified planks where you hold your body straight instead of bending your spine. Try standing core exercises working abs without lying down. Use resistance band holds, strengthening core muscles through stabilization rather than repeated bending. You'll feel better within weeks. Build strong core muscles without back damage, improve posture throughout the day, and enjoy pain-free daily movements. Exercise number 3. Overhead press. You now know spine-safe core alternatives, but fixing your core routine is just the beginning when another exercise quietly destroys a different body part. Most older adults think they need overhead pressing to stay strong. But this movement creates shoulder disasters across gyms everywhere. Research shows most seniors cannot perform overhead presses correctly due to age-related changes, making overhead pressing dangerous. Shoulder muscles that stabilize joints start breaking down after age 50. Posture changes too. Shoulders round forward and upper backs curve more, creating perfect conditions for shoulder injuries. Expert trainers report never seeing clients over 60 perform overhead press with proper form. Most press weight forward instead of straight up because shoulders cannot move correctly anymore. This forward motion puts enormous stress on shoulder joints and tears delicate rotator cuff muscles. Orthopedic research demonstrates shoulder joint flexibility loss with age, while stabilizing muscles weaken. When you force weight overhead from rounded shoulder position, you're asking for trouble. Consequences are devastating and permanent. Torn rotator cuffs that may never fully heal, chronic shoulder pain making sleep impossible when rolling onto your side, complete loss of overhead reaching ability. Forget putting dishes on high shelves or reaching into tall cabinets. Simple activities like dressing, washing hair, or reaching behind your back become impossible tasks. Safe alternatives. Try seated shoulder raises, lifting light weights only to shoulder height. Use resistance bands providing variable resistance without forcing joints into dangerous positions. Work on posture improvement first before adding shoulder weights. Keep all shoulder exercises at shoulder level or below, protecting fragile rotator cuff muscles. Strong shoulders develop safely when you respect body limitations, allowing pain-free overhead reaching for daily tasks and dramatically improve daily function. Exercise number 4. High-impact aerobics. You've discovered safer shoulder training, but protecting shoulders is only part of the equation when an entire exercise category smashes joints from the ground up. Many older adults think they need high-energy workouts from their 40s to stay healthy. High-impact aerobics sends seniors to orthopedic surgeons in record numbers. This includes jumping jacks, step aerobics, dance fitness classes, and any exercise involving both feet leaving the ground. Joint research shows your body cannot absorb this pounding anymore. Each jump sends shock waves through knees, hips, and ankles with forces up to 4 times your body weight. Cartilage has thinned over decades and cannot cushion impacts like before. Balance naturally decreases with age, making fast movements extremely dangerous. Quick direction changes and explosive jumps, aerobics instructors love, are perfect recipes for falls. Reaction time isn't what it was 20 years ago. When you lose footing during high-impact routines, you cannot recover fast enough, preventing serious tumbles. Research published in joint biomechanics journals demonstrates every bounce and jump micro-damages joint surfaces. Repetitive pounding creates tiny bone cracks developing into full stress fractures. Ligaments stretch beyond limits trying to stabilize joints, getting hammered with each landing. Consequences pile up quickly. Stress fractures in feet, shins, and hips taking months to heal. Knee and ankle ligament tears from constant strain and sudden movements. Falls during classes ending independence in seconds with broken hips, wrist fractures, and head injuries. Safe alternatives: switch to low-impact cardio, protecting joints. Try swimming or water aerobics, where water supports body weight. Use elliptical machines, giving cardio benefits without joint pounding. Walk briskly instead of running. You get similar heart benefits without destroying knees. Your heart stays healthy without joint damage. Balance and coordination actually improve when not constantly worried about falling, and you create sustainable exercise habits maintainable for life. Exercise number 5. Deep squats. You understand joint protecting cardio benefits, but switching to low-impact cardio isn't enough when there's a strength exercise everyone considers the king of leg workouts. Most fitness experts still recommend squats for older adults, suggesting going deeper for better results. Deep squats put enormous pressure on knee joints that increases dramatically with every inch you descend. NCBI biomechanics studies show when you squat below parallel, pressure inside knee joints skyrockets to dangerous levels. Your kneecap gets crushed against your thigh bone with forces reaching 8 times your body weight. Aging cartilage cannot handle this crushing pressure. Balance becomes extremely dangerous with deep squats. The lower you go, the harder controlling your body becomes on the way up. Your center of gravity shifts, challenging stability. Many older adults lose balance at deep squat bottom and fall backward or sideways. Add weight, and you've created a disaster recipe. Research demonstrates knee pressure increases exponentially as squat depth increases. This becomes especially dangerous if you already have knee arthritis. Safe exercises for seniors over 60 should never include movements literally grinding away remaining cartilage. Every deep squat brings you closer to bone-on-bone contact inside knee joints. Consequences are permanent and devastating. Bone-on-bone knee contact, creating constant grinding pain with every step, chronic inflammation that never resolves, making knees swollen and stiff every morning. Falls during heavy squats, causing hip fractures, taking months to heal, and many people needing knee replacement surgery years earlier than necessary. Safe alternatives: stop deep squats immediately and stick to chair squats. Sit back onto an 18-inch high chair and stand without using hands. Only squat to 90 degrees maximum, never below parallel. Use wall support if balance is questionable. Focus on controlling movement slowly instead of seeing how deep you can go. You'll build functional leg strength, actually helping daily activities, keep knees healthy without crushing pressure, and make daily movements safer and more confident. Exercise number 6. Deadlifts. You've learned knee protection through proper squatting, but keeping knees safe means nothing when one final exercise can destroy your entire back in a single repetition. Bodybuilders and fitness influencers constantly promote deadlifts as ultimate strength builders, claiming every older adult needs them. Deadlifts are putting seniors in wheelchairs and hospital beds across the country. They require perfect technique most older adults simply don't possess. You need precise spinal positioning while lifting heavy weight off floors. Hips must hinge correctly, shoulders stay in perfect alignment, and core must fire at exactly the right moment. Research on age-related changes shows this complex coordination becomes nearly impossible as balance, flexibility, and muscle coordination decline. Studies published in spine biomechanics journals demonstrate back problems are extremely common in seniors, making deadlifts particularly dangerous. Spinal discs have compressed over decades of living. Lower back muscles have weakened from years of sitting. Hip flexibility has decreased, forcing spine rounding when bending over. Adding heavy weight to this compromised foundation asks for disaster. Military medicine studies document high rates of lower back injuries during deadlift training, even in young, trained populations. The learning curve for proper technique is steep, taking months or years to master. Most older adults don't have time, patience, or physical capacity learning this complex movement safely. One wrong move causes disc herniation, taking months to heal, if it heals at all. Consequences are immediate and severe. Acute back injuries putting you in bed for weeks, muscle strains becoming chronic problems never fully resolving, chronic pain affecting every life aspect from sleeping to walking to sitting, and many losing mobility completely after deadlift injuries, never recovering independence. Safe alternatives. Stop attempting deadlifts immediately. Try seated cable rows instead. Use resistance bands providing variable resistance without dropping heavyweight risk. Focus on supported movements where your back stays safe throughout exercise. Build strength gradually with exercises challenging muscles without endangering spine. You develop strong back muscles without risking catastrophic injury. Posture improves when strengthening back safely, and daily lifting tasks become easier and pain-free. What to do instead? You understand avoiding these spine-destroying exercises, but knowing what not to do is only half the battle when you still need staying strong and healthy. Most people think avoiding dangerous exercises means giving up fitness completely. Here's the truth. These 6 exercises can end independence, but staying strong doesn't mean staying dangerous. Safe exercises for seniors over 60 build identical strength without life-threatening risk. You need a completely different approach, putting safety first while delivering results. Follow these 4 simple rules, transforming how you think about fitness. Choose low-impact over high-impact activities, protecting joints from unnecessary pounding. Pick supported over unsupported movements, giving your body stability and control. Focus on controlled over explosive motions, respecting body limitations. Always go gradual over extreme, building strength without injury. Research consistently shows appropriately modified exercise programs provide significant health benefits while dramatically reducing injury risk. Water-based exercises offer cardiovascular and strength benefits while reducing joint loading by 90% through buoyancy effects. Best alternatives hide in plain sight. Walk briskly instead of running, getting cardio benefits without joint damage. Try swimming for full-body strength, supporting your weight in water. Use chair exercises for stability training, improving balance while seated safely. Replace heavy weights with resistance bands, providing variable resistance without dropping anything risk. Add balance training exercises, preventing falls. The #1 cause of serious injury in older adults. Your approach makes all the difference between success and failure. Start slow and build gradually, instead of jumping into intense routines. Listen to your body and stop when something feels wrong. Discomfort is never normal. Get medical clearance from your doctor before starting new exercise programs. Work with qualified trainers understanding senior fitness who can modify exercises for your specific needs. Immediate benefits. You get immediate wins starting within days of making these changes. Less pain hits you right away when you stop irritating damaged joints with dangerous exercises. Better sleep comes naturally when your body isn't dealing with chronic inflammation from workout injuries. More energy flows through your day when you're not exhausted recovering from harmful exercises. Improved confidence builds quickly when you know your routine helps instead of hurts. Long-term changes are even more impressive and life-changing. You maintain independence for decades longer when joints stay healthy and functional. Staying active becomes sustainable when choosing exercises building you up instead of breaking you down. You avoid surgery and long recovery times from joint replacements. Most importantly, you keep quality of life high by staying mobile, strong, and pain-free well into your golden years. Scientific evidence from multiple peer-reviewed studies supports every recommendation in this video. The American College of Sports Medicine, Arthritis Foundation, and leading orthopedic surgeons all endorse these safer alternatives for older adults. Senior workout safety works best when you take action immediately instead of waiting for problems to worsen. Your joints have carried you this far. Now it's time protecting them for the journey ahead. Which of these 6 dangerous exercises have you been doing? Share your experience in the comments below. Hit that like button if this video helped you understand safe exercising. Subscribe for more evidence-based health content, keeping you strong without risks. Your future self will thank you for making these changes. Disclaimer: this information is for educational purposes only and should not replace professional medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before starting any new exercise program, especially if you have existing health conditions.